September 1st, 2021. Senate Bill 8, more commonly known as SB 8, went into effect across the state of Texas. This bill restricts abortions after fetal cardiac activity is detected, about 6 weeks, which is long before most people even know that they are pregnant. The United States has had a long history of attempting to restrict abortion rights, but despite its distinctive qualities, this Texas abortion bill is not the first of its kind, and it certainly won't be the last.
The U.S. Supreme Court today once again becomes the focal point of America's abortion debate.
A seismic shift on abortion rights.
The nation's toughest restrictions on
the
abortion.
New abortion law in Texas, known as the Hardwick
U.S. Supreme
Act.
Court declines to block Texas abortion ban.
That's how much money people in Texas can now win in court.
Is threatening to trample over the Constitution.
The Supreme Court has not blocked the law.
In a case that many have called the most significant abortion case in 50 years.
The right to abortion is now at risk due to recent efforts from legislators all across America. Bill 8, the 6-week ban from Texas, marks an uptick in recent anti-abortion legislation all across the country. To learn a little more, we spoke to local abortion rights activists from the DC area.
Texas recently passed a law called SB 8. It went into effect on September 1st. And SB 8 says that somebody assisting a person who's seeking abortion services after 6 weeks can be subject to individual lawsuits brought by other citizens or concerned individuals.
The other case before the Supreme Court is a Mississippi case. It'll be heard December 1st. The Mississippi case is Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health, which is the only provider of abortion in the state of Mississippi. It's a 15-week ban.
Before SB 8, Roe v. Wade was the landmark lawsuit for all abortion rights in the United States. It was decided on January 22nd, 1973, in favor of protecting a pregnant person's right to an abortion before fetal viability, or when a fetus might survive outside the womb. Roe v. Wade set a precedent that the right to an abortion before fetal viability was protected under the Constitution. Under Roe, you can get an abortion up until about 23 to 26 weeks. Down here is 15 weeks, the marker for the Mississippi abortion ban that was heard by the Supreme Court on December 1st. All the way down here, that's the 6-week mark, after which it is illegal to help someone receive an abortion in the state of Texas. 6 weeks is exceptionally early in terms of a pregnancy.
This essentially takes us back before 1973. So you had many women and people that were pregnant who could not afford these measures. And they attempted abortion on their own. And many, many, many people died from illegal abortion.
The difference with this law is that it has this unique enforcement mechanism, as you mentioned, that allows individuals to enforce it by suing the abortion providers rather than the state having any role in doing it.
We also spoke to Congressman Jamie Raskin, representative for Maryland's 8th District. He helped us understand the constitutionality of the way the law was written.
It's unconstitutional under existing law. For one thing, it clearly violates Roe versus Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey, which are the controlling abortion rights decisions in the first place. So it's a radical departure from what abortion jurisprudence has been up until now.
Now that SB 8, with its creative enforcement style, has been passed, there will only be an increase of abortion bills making their way up the courts, and these bills have never been so dangerous.
The largest current threat to abortion services in this country is the Supreme Court.
The former president, President Trump, he said he was going to put into the Supreme Court people who would rule against Roe v. Wade. And that's exactly what he did with 3 Supreme Court picks.
Trump appointed 3 justices to the Supreme Court: Neil Gorsuch on April 7th, 2017, Brett Kavanaugh on October 6th, 2018, and finally Amy Coney Barrett on October 26, 2020, replacing Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg in the final days of his presidency. It was this conservative Supreme Court that allowed the Texas bill to stay in effect. And it was this Supreme Court that heard the Mississippi case on December 1st. This ruling could be the decision that effectively overturns Roe v. Wade.
If Roe versus Wade is overturned, there are many, many states in the country that have passed anti-choice legislation that will immediately end abortion if Roe versus Wade is deemed unconstitutional. There are a few states which have provided protection for pregnant peoples. The state of Maryland has codified Roe into our laws.
There might be a false sense of comfort that people have living in a state that has codified Roe versus Wade. But if it comes down to 20 states that do whatever they can to codify abortion rights, and say 30 states that either criminalize abortion entirely or mostly criminalize it, that is not going to be a secure setting within which to protect women's access to complete reproductive health care.
I think we're seeing a beginning to the end of Roe versus Wade.